What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and we're going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA Assassinators need to know on June 11, 2024 from the Ringside News article. Make sure to watch until the very end because we're going to be talking about plenty of intriguing news for you all today. And we're going to start off with some Stephanie Vacker news with her officially inked a deal with WWE. Wow. I did not expect this to happen. I did not expect her to sign with WWE, despite WWE giving her an offer along with AEW, let alone, sign with WWE, let alone having the considerations of doing it at this time. We're going to talk about that right here. This is some shocking news for starting today. With Stephanie Vacker has become a prominent figure in professional wrestling, particularly following her standout match with Mercedes Moné at AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. As anticipated, she has officially signed with WWE after departing from CMLL. On July 10th, CMLL announced that Stephanie Vacker is no longer part of the roster or New Japan Pro Wrestling's or even New Japan Pro Wrestling's. She vacated her CMLL Women's Tag Team and Women's Championships and cited personal reasons for missing Fantastic Mania. This announcement led to widespread speculations that Vacker would be joining WWE, building significant anticipation among fans. According to PW Insider, Stephanie Vacker has officially signed with WWE. The signing took place with this past week, following her impressive performance against Mercedes Moné, a match in which sources close to Moné confirmed that she aimed to make Vacker. PW Insider has confirmed, with a source close to Stephanie Vacker, that she officially signed with WWE just weeks after competing at AEW Forbidden Door pay-per-view against the CEO Mercedes Moné. Vacker had a great performance in that match, with sources close to Moné confirming that she went into that bout seeking to make Vacker. Signing went down within the last week. And additionally, it was reported that Vacker was backstage at last Sunday's NXT Heatwave. Last week, likely familiarizing herself with her new environment. Now, part of the WWE family, fans are eager to see how she will adapt to the WWE style in the coming months. And all you guys are excited for Vacker to possibly making her WWE debut, perhaps on the NXT roster, which I heard from a fellow YouTuber's video that Shawn Michaels confirmed this, saying that he confirmed this and welcomed Vacker to the WWE family, most specifically NXT, and it's all thanks for her to have that match from almost 2 weeks ago against CEO in the title for title match. And I want to give kudos to the CEO herself for making Stephanie Vacker look good in the match, making her a recognizable figure all over the pro wrestling market. And then and all thanks to to that match that she had with her, she got a contract with WWE, which that was most likely the reason why I should have saw this was exactly the reason why she dropped the CMLL Women's Championship and the CMLL Women's Tag Team Championship. Like, yeah, I should have saw this coming because if she did sign with AEW, she wouldn't have dropped neither of the championships, let alone leaving CMLL. Like, even if she was signing with All Elite Wrestling, like she would work a couple of dates as a full timer over at CMLL. Then she would have possibly would have joined AEW soon after those these working commitments with the Mexican-based company. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. What do you think that she could possibly be Roxanne Perez's challenger for the NXT Women's Championship? Only time will tell. And I guess that's the new era of WWE, because if it was the Vince McMahon era, if he saw something in her, he wouldn't have hurried up immediately signing her and announcing it. Like he would have waited until like maybe the end of the year being the earliest, like for her debut, like on NXT. You could tell it's a new era for WWE, like, and it shows that we could possibly see them could work with other companies. They can prove that to likes of AEW, CMLL, they can work together if they want to, like only if they give them a chance, and then they also see that exact same they see that exact same talent they see in Vacker, like how AEW did, and yeah, and there's only a matter of time for that. But for now, I'm gonna ask you guys to let me know in the comments below, what do you think what she's gonna be doing down in WWE, and do you think she'll be the next NXT Women's Championship for a start, or maybe even the NXT Women's North American Championship? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's move on and what about she was also backstage and made an appearance there off screen at NXT Heat Wave. And yeah, this is very shocking. 7 days after she competed at Forbidden Door. With WWE NXT Heat Wave 2024 held held at the Scotia Bank Arena, like in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, on July 7th, has been hailed as one of WWE's best events of the year. And to be honest, not the trash on Money in the Bank, I think it was the better premium live event of the weekend, if you ask me. And not because it was shorter, but more winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and it all going to waste. That's the only thing I didn't get about the pay-per-view, but the rest of it was very good and interesting. I'll say, especially with the main event between Team Rhodes versus Team Bloodline and John Cena retiring. I mean, not announcing his retirement like on that night, but he's announcing it like his farewell tour in 2025, from January to December of that year. And even the women's Money in the Bank ladder match was really good. I found it more better than the men's. And then I would say the Intercontinental Championship was pretty decent as well. But yeah, NXT Heat Wave is just like, I don't know what to say. Like, even though like half the matches that I predicted were wrong, but it was good, and it had some shocking moments that we would be interested to see. Now, that's very interesting and what we are intrigued enough to watch. But anyways, but interestingly, Stephanie Vacker was present backstage at the event, adding to the buzz surrounding her future in pro wrestling. Following her standout performance against Mercedes Moné on AEW's Forbidden Door, Stephanie Vacker attached interest from both WWE and AEW. Her next move was eagerly anticipated by fans in the wrestling world alike. it was recently announced that Vacker is no longer part of the CMLL nor the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster. Like reports indicated that she would be joining WWE, and this has now been confirmed. And yeah, according to Fightful Select, Stephanie Vacker is indeed heading to WWE NXT. The report also noted that she was backstage at the Heat Wave event last weekend, and he wrote. Uh, Sources claim that Stephanie Vacker is WWE and NXT bound and was backstage at NXT Heatwave. Stephanie Vacker has also addressed her departure from CMLL, and if the positive internal reaction to NXT Heatwave is any indication, she is in good hands with WWE. Vacker is expected to become a major star in the future, and fans are eagerly awaiting waiting her debut in WWE NXT. And did you ever expect? Did you ever expected Stephanie Vacker to be backstage at NXT's Premium Live event, or do you would have expect her to be eventually will be making her AEW debut as under Tony Khan's contract? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, first of all, I did not expected her to have any kind of interest of joining WWE, let alone being backstage at last weekend's NXT's pay-per-view. And secondly, I would expected her to go to TNA because not TNA, AEW. What's a TNA? AEW. It looks like she's gonna be wrestling with a couple of TNA names, including Jordan Grace. But that's another story for another day. Maybe she could possibly go after for her Knockouts championship. But anyways, I thought you would go to Tony Khan's promotion because for considering she had a wonderful time there, and she had some good matches, and the likes of Lady Frost and Mercedes Moné there. I said that was going to be her last victory that she's going to have in AEW, and not expected it to be literally. It was just supposed to be a little joke. But I guess I spoke too soon because she's making her way over to WWE, and she's possibly going to be making her NXT debut. Whether she's going to face Roxanne Perez or anybody, I'm not sure if they're going to hurry up and put her in the title picture, because we also have Thea Hale trying to challenge for the championship. And we also got Julia could possibly going to be next in line. So I guess we could possibly see her being Kalani Jordan's next challenger, maybe at Great American Bash, perhaps. It's possible. But let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. But yeah, I want to give huge congratulations to Stephanie Vacker of signing with Titan Towerland and landing into the wrestling world's biggest promotion of all of professional wrestling. And hopefully she'll have a successful run there. I wish for her the best in her future there in the Stanford-based promotion. And yeah, like I said again, I'll say it again, and I said it before. I'm going to give kudos to the CEO Mercedes Moné, to make her be fan favorite, if you know what I mean. But if this is true from a source from her, I want to give my I'll say congratulations. What's the word to put it? I'll say I guess very proud of her. I'm not sure how to say this, but let's move on to the next slide before I make this worse. But let's talk about WWE seemingly put Joe Hendry on roster page. And yeah, this is some more from one shocking news to another from a wrestler joining WWE, joining WWE from a promotion outside of the company. Yeah, this time being TNA's very own Joe Hendry, and several TNA stars in has have recently garnered attention like within the industry with musical sensation Joe Hendry, notably standing out. Like Hendry made a significant impact this week with his appearance on NXT television. It now seems that WWE has put him on the roster page on their website for some reason. Joe Hendry shocked the audience like with his surprising appearance at NXT Heatwave, but the surprise didn't end on July 9th, 2 nights later after the premium live event. On that day's episode of NXT, Hendry was introduced as Trick Williams' unexpected tag team partner. The duo faced off against Shawn Spears and NXT champion Ego Ethan Page, ultimately securing a victory when Hendry pinned Spears for the for the decisive win, I should say, the 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 decisive win, decisive win. And there are many people who want Joe Hendry to eventually join WWE for good. With that all being said, if one checks Superstars' tab on WWE's website right now, they will find a picture of Joe Hendry at the very bottom of the page. Like this, obviously. Does not mean Joe Hendry is under contract with WWE, but it's certainly an interesting tidbit like for fans of the TNA star. Joe Hendry also stated that his appearance on the week's episode of NXT was last minute decision. Like regardless, like we will have to wait and see when Hendry will appear on WWE television next, as his star is truly shining brightly right now. And what's your opinion why WWE put him on the roster page? And do you think that they have some considerations of offering him a contract whenever his deal with TNA expired? And even if it does, I think he will immediately sign a contract without thinking twice. I'll say right now, I'll say he's still going to be sticking with TNA in the time being until he does get that offer from WWE. Which some tells me depending on, I'm not sure when his contract expires, but when it does, I wouldn't be surprised if they also add him on the roster, just like they did with Stephanie Vacker. Which I think these are two shocking names that's joining WWE. And then at the beginning of 2025, then I could see what's her name? Jordan Grace will possibly can make the move over to WWE on NXT, and then we also see the same with the Rascals with Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, and then we got who else? And that could possibly be joining WWE from TNA or any other company with this partnership, of course. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I think WWE has some big plans for Joe Hendry. Perhaps be one of the challengers for the NXT Championship. Maybe we'll do another multi-man match, but this time it'll be a triple threat. It will be with Ethan Page will defend his NXT title against Trick Williams in a rematch. But not only that, but with the TNA star being added to the match and making it a triple threat match, possibly maybe at next month's event of Great American Bash, I guess you can say. And do you think that will happen then, or do you think it will be happening in another pay-per-view premium live event like on the September after that? Let me know. Yeah, either way, comments below. But yeah, it's very shocking. Like I would expect something like even if I'll say even for giving them a title match, but I would not expect them to put them in the roster page very soon, despite being like working partners with the Nashville-based company. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some Chad Gable news on claims on Gable Steveson saying he wasn't jealous working. It wasn't jealous working with him. Well, I'll say, yeah, make some claims of he wasn't jealous of working with Gable Steveson, and after joining WWE a few years ago, the second ever Olympic gold medalist WWE signing, underwent training and participated in dark matches, but his television debut remained uncertain, and eventually WWE released him. With that all being said, Chad Gable made it very clear that working with Gable Steveson didn't bother him at all.